Hey everyone, today is August 11, 2012. Mitt Romney has just announced that Paul Ryan, congressman from Wisconsin, is going to be his vice presidential pick. As many of you already know, I'm very happy about this. But Paul Ryan can actually step in and defend his policies and make the convincing case for limited government. I want that. I want the left to start going after the specific proposals laid out by the Republicans. I want the specific proposals laid out for limited government to be scrutinized by the public. I want the public to know exactly what they're getting. And the reason why I want this is, as Dennis Prager says, we need to have a plebiscite in November, meaning we need to have a vote not just on who we want the president to be, but we need to have a vote about the full direction of what we want America to look like.
Lee, you're right. I've seen the light now and I'm here to help you. My fellow Americans, we need to get on the path to prosperity that Paul Ryan has laid out before us. We need to cut taxes for the wealthy, job creators. And in order to offset that lack of revenue, we need to gut the programs that help the moochers, poor. Now, some of you will say that I don't empathize with the poor, that I lack empathy. And I have to say, I am not a psychopath. I just strongly believe in the teachings and philosophies of Ayn Rand. Now, Barack Hussein Obama, he wants to raise taxes on people like Mitt Romney. And that's just socialism. That didn't scare you, did it? That's just communism. Fascism. Nazi. Boo! Anyway, if taxes stay where they are or are raised on people like Mitt Romney, they're disincentivized from inventing great things like a motor that draws in static electricity from the atmosphere. And Obama wants to do things like regulate the economy and regulate businesses. We need to rely on the invisible hand of the free market. After all, businesses do what's right and what makes them money, and that's always right. That's why they keep their factory jobs over here in America, rather than send them overseas to be done by people who get paid pennies. And when it comes to education, we need to cut that. After all, I go to public school, and my knowledge level good. And plus, our public institutions pump out brilliant minds like Paul Ryan. And when it comes to limited government, it does brilliant things to give freedom to the citizenry. For example, Paul Ryan in 2005 voted in favor of making the Patriot Act permanent, because nothing says that we have a limited government like having the government spy on what websites you view. And plus that creates jobs too. Someone has to know what websites we view. And that has to be a boring job considering we're a great Christian nation. We never look at porn. And when it comes to women's issues, limited government is very sensitive. You see, Paul Ryan voted in favor of the Sanctity of Life Act, which would make, under the letter of the law, life begins at conception. And so some forms of contraceptives and abortion would be illegal. Women, I know it's tough making decisions for your about your body and about your vagina. That's why the government should make it for you. And Paul Ryan understands the issues that affect the gay community. He voted against the repeal of Don't Ask, Don't Tell, because a limited government tells a group of people that they can't perform a certain job for no good reason. And Paul Ryan voted in favor of amending the federal Constitution to say the marriage is between one man and one woman, because a limited government can tell who you can marry and who you can't. That's what a limited government totally does. So remember, my fellow Americans, that we need to get rid of Obama because he is the most radical leftist president in the history of the United States. Just look at his dark suits. His dark suits. Like Hitler, Mao, Stalin, Pol Pot, Castro, they all had dark suits. Yeah. And remember that you need to vote for millionaires. I mean, Mitt Romney. And make America great. For individuals making $200,000 a year or more, or families making $250,000 a year or more. Thank you, Lee, for showing me the light.